We are back here on Girl Talk. Cathy Ulmer has joined us, and we're going to be talking about medical management today with medicines, which I think is really pretty profound and something a lot of people don't think about until they have to do their own managing of medicines.
Yeah, it really is, because a lot of people, they're just taking their medication, or they get released from the hospital and they're already on medication, and they get new medications and they don't realize that it's a duplicate because it has a different name. So they end up on multiple medications for blood pressure or something. So we can help manage that, and we can help make sure there's not duplications and things like that.
I've always wondered about that. I think in this world of going to so many specialists, does everybody typically play together? Is it easier to see that?
It's getting a little easier to see it.
Okay.
But I think that it's still one of those things where, you think you're giving all your medications to one doctor and you feel like you're doing well at it. And then you come to us and I'm like, okay, why are you on 2 cholesterol medications? Well, one's from your general practitioner and one's from your cardiologist.
Okay.
Well, their names are very different. So it gets a little confusing. And so nowadays with insurance companies, medication therapy management is a thing. So they want us to do it and they encourage us to do it.
So what does that look like?
Well, what it looks like is basically taking your medications and doing a complete medical review. It's called a CMR in the healthcare world. And we write everything down and we go over it with you. Like, okay, so these are your blood pressure medications. These are your heart medications, your cholesterol, your diabetes. Like, what are we doing here? Are we maximizing one drug before we add a second drug? Are we in the dose range that we need to be in? Is there a side effect that you're experiencing that we're just treating with another drug that maybe we could change the drug?
Okay.
So there's so many things that we can kind of just dig deep into and maybe decrease your drugs from 12 to 6 or something of that sort.
I would think that intuitively that would make me a bit more compliant.
Absolutely.
And knowledgeable about why I'm taking what I'm taking. I think as a psychologist, one of the things that surprised me the most when I talk to folks about their meds is I'm astounded by the amount of people who have no idea what they're taking.
Yeah.
Or why they're taking the amount they're taking.
Or what it's for.
Or how it's going to affect me.
Yes.
You know, is it going to make me this, or this? It's really interesting.
I've always encouraged patients, because when they pick up prescriptions, they usually get the question, do you have any questions for the pharmacist?
Yes.
And most people are just like, no,
fine.
And I'm like, no, that's your moment. That's your time to be like, no, yes, tell me about it. Tell me about the side effects. Tell me what to expect. Give some one-on-one with your pharmacist, because a lot of times in those moments are when we see these medication management opportunities.
You know what's really been interesting? I told you my dad is a cardiologist in 92, and just recently he had to go to the hospital. It was an emergency. Okay. I learned a really important lesson that you're going to already tell me. I did not have a list of his medications readily available about what he took. Now, had I been clear and fine and everything great, I could have come up with that relatively easily.
Yeah.
But it was basically the EMTs come and they're like, do you have a list of medications? So what do you recommend?
Well, there's a couple of things. First, we can do a printout, a little pocket-sized printout, which gives all your medications and your doctors on it that you can just kind of put away in your wallet. But another great, really important thing that we're trying to encourage people to do is like pill packing.
Okay.
And on the top of the pill packs, it lists all your medications, when you're supposed to take them, and who your doctor is. So it gives you that like review right there at the top. And then as you look down, you have all your pills like in the, morning, noon, night, or 6 times a day. We can do, multiple, regimens, but that also is a good way. So I have a ton.
Is a pill pack, I'm sorry to interrupt, is a pill pack literally a pill pack, or is it like a...
It's almost like it's like a little they're little plastic containers.
Okay.
And then they have they're sealed on top. So you peel open each little one.
Oh,
or
you
can rip off a whole day and take it with you. And then you open each little one when you need it.
Boy, that would be super helpful.
Yeah, it is. It is super helpful. We've had lots of patients do so much better.
So here's what we've established. You have to come on a lot, because the more we talk, the more questions that we have. Cathy, thank you for joining us.
It's wonderful.
Again,
thank you.
Ulmer's Pharmacy, and it's across from the old Montana's on 46.
Yes, that's
Yay.
it. Yay.
Thanks for joining us. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on Girl Talk.